Now we get on to one of the more heavier subjects that we've approached today. Now, not everything has been fairly lighthearted, but let's go talk about the situation in Afghanistan. Now, for those of you who don't know the situation in Afghanistan, for years the Taliban has been trying to overthrow that, take over that country, and America has been supplying weapons and training and all that kind of stuff to help the Afghanistan government, I believe, defeat the Taliban. Until Biden decided to just pull out. And Kabul, I'm not sure how you say it, but it's on the screen. I think it's the capital city, something like that. Or I think it's the city where they have the, is it Prime Minister? Or, I'm not too sure what the leader, I'll have it on screen, the reason of its prominence, why that city is prominent. But with the fall of that city, Afghanistan has pretty much been taken over by the Taliban now. And now, especially, they now have access to all of the weapons that America has given or gave the Afghanistan military. Now, if you want more details, this article here really details what the Taliban got. It breaks down everything from military weapons, guns, and just everything. And I think night goggles and maybe, I don't know if they mention missiles or not. It'll be on the screen. But yeah, it really gives us a significant breakdown of what the Taliban actually got their hands on. The funniest thing is that the Taliban are considered insurgents, yet we hardly hear about after Joe Biden's decision to pull out of Afghanistan, we haven't heard much about it, but even to this day, we're still hearing about the insurgents on January 6th. Apparently, America is quite concerned about the fact that the Taliban's arsenal has now been boosted, so the idea of an airstrike has not been ruled out, but we'll see how that goes. Now, for those of you who may be a bit younger or unknowledgeable about the Taliban, might be wondering, okay, well, what will life be like now under the Taliban's control as opposed to what it was like before? Are there any current consequences of the Taliban taking control? Well, apparently they are taking girls they're going door to door and taking girls as young as 12 years old, and they are marrying them to their fighters as, I think it was like trophies, something like that. They are compiling, I think how it works is that they are compiling a list of women who are virgins, or maybe some of them aren't, or who don't have husbands, and then they are taking them and they are marrying them to their soldiers. And the girls as young as 12 on this list. The Taliban has already taken over 34 of the provincial capital cities, I don't know how to pronounce that word, and they have sieged many of the large cities in Afghanistan in a very quick assault, which has gotten the Afghanistan military a bit surprised. Probably because with American troops now getting pulled out, it's a lot easier, I imagine, because, well, America spends a lot of money on weapons and the military. So they kind of have an advantage in any sort of war. And in a majority of the Taliban-controlled areas, women have been barred from going to work, school, or leaving their homes without a permit, according to some activists. So yeah, the situation in Afghanistan is bad. It's so bad that there are people who will literally try to climb onto American planes as they try to fly off. And there's been footage of people falling to their deaths and just running along just on the airport, desperately trying to get onto the plane. I won't show you that footage, but if you want it, I will link the article in the description so you can watch the footage there. Apparently Joe Biden's national security advisor, Jake Sullivan, something like that, he, after seeing all of this, or I don't know if he saw this footage, he said that the reason that this happened, that the Afghanistan fell, was because it lacked the will to fight. He went on to a quote saying that, well, okay, I'm not going to quote him exactly because I don't remember all the words he said, but what the gist of what he said was that despite the fact that America spent 20 years trying to supply them with weapons and training, what made them lose was the fact that they did not have the will to fight, or they did not want to fight for that country, which is Something I would imagine someone employed by Joe Biden would say. So what's happening in Afghanistan is truly horrific, and I know what you're wondering, well, what can we do to help? Well, I will link a few charities in the description who you could donate money to help support the cause.